Hey guys, Space Feeders here, and today I just wanted to talk about a cool new update that we seem to be getting called the Deep Forest Mine. Now, as you can see, there's a picture here, and this is a picture from the new Deep Forest Mine that Sir Q has shared with us after everyone raided the patch notes and immediately realised what was going on. And as you can see, we've got a new type of poker trunk, which is a dark green, with this really cool foliage on top. Now, I really like that. The mine floor blocks seem to be different. There's a new flower you can see at the bottom left. There is apparently a thorny vine in there somewhere, but I can't really see it. This sort of spring grass looking thing. And over the back you've got this white trunk, which is a giant mushroom. You can't see it in this picture, but it's like a giant pink capped mushroom basically. It's pretty cool. And this is coming really soon. So that's pretty exciting. Obviously there's a whole load of questions behind it, and Sir Q's tried to answer a few of them. So we're going to take a look at those right now. Okay, so it's not spring grass, it's wild grass, or I forgot the name. So that means we've got another type of grass coming in. We're going to have spring grass, we're going to have fairy grass, and we're going to have this new wild grass, which if you can't afford to get hold of the spring grass or the fairy grass, is great because you're going to have a free option, which means grass is going to be way more accessible to everyone. If you do have the access to the other ones, then we're going to have loads of extra grass to play with as builders. That's going to add diversity to builds, and it's going to be really important. I'm really excited for that. The light things are the mushrooms. We talked about the mushrooms, thorny vines, which will be pretty cool. And it may not have shown everything clearly. So there's probably going to be a few bits of bobs that you can't see in this picture. There might be a few extra flowers and stuff like that. So that'll be quite exciting to see when we can get in there what's going on with that. Okay, so Q's basically saying that you can't currently buy the deep forest realm. So when you go to buy yourself a new realm, you won't be able to just give yourself a deep forest realm and mine it out and get all the stuff. Although he says at the moment, so that does sound like, unlike cave mines, that might well become a possibility. You might be able to in the future get hold of that for easier mining, but it's not going to be there right now. Okay, so very important, deep forest mines are not out yet. The build does support them, but they won't be in game until the server update. These are related to the new crafting store changes that he announced some time ago. So basically, Q announced, for those of you that don't know, that a lot of the stuff that is not craftable was only available in certain packs or was only available to buy in the store would slowly be introduced into the game in crafting ways. So adding these new mines is a way of introducing new ingredients to the game, which will allow for crafting these new items that you previously wouldn't have been able to craft. So basically, although we get a load of cool new stuff, it's all serving a purpose for crafting, etc. What else? It's a way to introduce blah blah blah. It's kind of fun as it introduces some new items. Yep, it is. Since the overworld changes are planned for later, the mines are not going to be added to the overworld yet. So we're going to be seeing a new revamp and update on the overworld mines as well. The overworld, which is pretty exciting. I'm very interested to see how they bring overworlds back into the game, as the lobbies sort of killed those off. So yeah, you're not going to be able to currently find a deep forest mine in the overworld. They will, however, be randomly replacing some forest mines some of the time. So sort of like when you go into a tropical mine and you find an oasis on occasion, or a mountain mine there's got a secret cave mine. I guess you'll walk into a forest mine and it will just be a deep forest mine instead. Which I can imagine will be kind of annoying if you're looking for a forest mine and you find one, but also not really, because deep forest mines look really cool. So I can't see anyone having a problem with that. There are changes to tropical and arctic mines as well, adding new minables. So that's another freebie bit of information for us there. They're going to be new minables within the other mines. Although nothing for deserts yet, so maybe something big's going to happen to deserts. The recipes and store changes will come later, but for now we'll just get the mining stuff. So we can stock up on the mining stuff, and then when all the new recipes and that come in, we should be pretty good to go on that sort of thing. So that's, yeah, we're going to be able to get prepared on that. So the actual patch notes added support for additional summer items, they added deep forest mine, and reintroduced zoom display for phones. So let's do a little talk about that. Okay, so let's start with the zoom. Now, currently this has already affected some people, but it's not available on Apple at the moment due to a few issues. So it's going to be sorted out and updated for both again. But the zoom basically is the change on mobiles to the UI. Everyone complained that it was very small with the new update. It was shrunk right down. People couldn't hit it with their little fat fingers or whatever. So they've come along and they've reverted it back to the way it was. But you have to enable it. So there's going to be tweaks, and in your tweak settings, you can choose to have it on or off. If the tweak is not enabled, it will revert back to how it was before, with the tiny little impossible to use for meat finger one. The tweak will be added to appear on both Android and Apple, and then you can choose to zoom in as and when you like. Now, they've also stated that they are possibly going to enable the tweaks to increase or decrease it so you can get the perfect size for you, but that is somewhat difficult, so for now it's one or the other. But that should be coming again with the next update, probably come in right around the same time as Forest, unless you're on Android, in which case I believe you already have it. Okay, I will just warn you now that the following clips contain heavy spoilers towards the summer update. But then this video contains heavy spoilers towards the Deep Forest update, so you're sort of all in for it now if you clicked on the video. So this is the original leaked stuff for the summer items. As you can see, they've been labelled pre-summer by somebody else. Credit goes to Joystick for digging these out. So they're not obviously in the correct order. But you've got the fishing rod, top left, which we've already seen. Then below it is the camo, the fishing gear, sorry, like the top, which we've got. The camo backpack has been added. The leather satchel has been added. The blue backpack, the sheriff's hat, and the camping hat has been added, as well as, oh, here's the compass, the grill, and the coolers. So we appear to still be due the food tongs for the barbecue, I'm assuming that is, and the matching pants for the fishing outfit. However, with the new patch notes, they have increased the number of summer update items that we're going to get. And again, somebody has dug some or all of them out of the patch notes. So credit goes to Medications there on the forums for posting those up, and we'll have a look at them. Okay, so here are the new additions. So we have this sort of volcano thing. I guess it's a volcano. I have no idea what that is. It looks like a volcano to me, so no idea what we're seeing there. This is a fish plaque to put on your wall for your latest fishing adventures. Obviously, we've got the fishing rod and the clothes. The fishing rod is not usable, but it would be amazing to think that somehow we could catch our own fish and mount them on our plaques ourselves and collect all the different fish that there were. That would be a huge fishing update, however, but it's something a lot of people have asked for, so it would be cool to see. The next two things look like the most depressed sentries to ever exist. Somebody needs to send them to a doctor. They do not look good. However, I believe that these are higher than and lower than sentries. I mean, I'm not 100% on that, but it's something that's been talked about a lot, and I think that we might be seeing the introduction of sentries that allow people above a certain level and below a certain level into areas. This could be used, for instance, in a newbie help center. If you have items you want to give to low levels, you could sentry it so only low levels can get in there. Or if you have a parkour that requires certain perks, you could make sure that only high level players can get in there so that they're the only ones that can do it anyway. However, obviously there's all the issues with creating ults if you want to get into the lower level doors, etc., but that's a problem to deal with when we get there. The next one across looks like the tree foliage. For the I forgot what it's called, the deep forest stuff. So not necessarily summer. A pile of beans and cans and stuff, I guess, for your camping trips. A sleeping bag, I think this one is. There's the new grass. This one next to it looks a lot like the cartoon treetop, so maybe this isn't a new one. Maybe this was pulled by mistake, or maybe it's something entirely different. This looks like a satanic ritual for summoning the devil to your campsite. I'm sure it's not, but you never know what these crazy cubies get up to at their camping parties. This is a bundle of twigs. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming that's something to do with, again, the new Mine, first aid kit for anyone that cuts themselves. This looks like some sort of new ore. This might have something to do with the new mining system that they're bringing in. This could possibly be available in the Arctic or mountain mines, something like that. And then we've got these other two that were found, which is, one is clearly a tent, and the other is, I don't know, a metal coin disc thing for something really important, but I don't know what it is. But I'm sure somebody will work it out. I'm sure people are already digging through the names for everything on the files, so I'm sure within a day or two we'll have the names for all these items too. But that's it for everything going on so far. There was a huge dump of information yesterday on all of this stuff, so I figured I'd put a video together for those of you that aren't forum users and that, so that you can be up to date with it. I hope you enjoyed this little insight to what's coming, and I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm very excited to see it all. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.